Alrighty. Are we ready to play a video game? Yes, we are. Let's load up my last session. Pause the music. Right. Where are we? So, we are Grace. We have...
I picked up a tour tape in English on my way in.
We've got a tour tape. Oh no, I've got to hit the exit button, haven't I? What else have we got here? We got a ticket for the Ludwig Museum. We got car keys. We got letters. We've got a biography. Someone knows in the notebook. Maybe there's something in the notebook.
My notebook.
Missed. Oh yeah, we actually accessed the notebook from down here. Like, is there something we have missed? Ludwig.
Werner Huber says that Ludwig II was the last true king Bavaria had. Says he was a genius, built castles. Politicians declared him insane and he was arrested. Werner thinks he was murdered. Obviously, Werner's opinions are one thing, but I need to find out some facts.
Have we got anything stuff from Wagner there as well? Quite a few things on Wagner, because should change the pages. Everyone Grace letter, Professor we got Grace's wallet, a screwdriver.
I wonder if Ludwig really meant to throw himself from the tower the night he was arrested.
Hello, Ray. How you doing? So I still get the feeling that we need to get in there somehow. Or maybe we can look at the thing that's in the other room. If we could ever get the guards to move about. Good Abend. Hello, Kira. How you doing? Yeah, you're going to stand there. You're going to be like, I'm a guard. I'm here to oversee things. If I click black here, you're immediately back in.
It's a beautiful crucifix. Ivory and gold.
Oh.
A king saint? I wonder if Ludwig pictured himself that way. Or maybe he just wanted to be that way.
We didn't see that stuff before, did we?
The paintings above the altar depict St. Louis surrounded by the seraphim. An interesting side note. For a period of about a year, the Louis images in all three castles were ordered to be covered up with black cloth on the unfathomable whim of the king.
That's odd. Sniffing snotty and really annoyed about it. Oh, no. Boo.
A king saint?
Because it's this room over here where... Can we use a screwdriver on it? Oh.
I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
See, that feels like a clue, right, doesn't it? That, hey, there's no guard. But maybe somewhere else where there's a moving guard. Maybe if we wait for this. Did we try the screwdriver on this door? Kira's work colleagues have been... No, that doesn't work as a TMNT, but thanks to your work colleagues, Love the fact that after a pandemic, people think, oh, you know, I'll go into work ill. Staff, why are you being restless down there? Go on, is this dude going to move? You just going to stand there, dude?
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Okay, here he goes. He's off for a wander. He's leaving me on my own. Take a screwdriver to the door. No, why can't I screwdriver the door? Alright, let's have a think here. We have definitely got things to do in all the locations. Yeah, not that lurg, but yeah. I mean, of course, nobody wants to stop it. So, here we are at the Wagner Museum. Orko be a fucking dick. Huh? Are you... See, Snarf is just sitting there, chill. Orko being a pest. As always, aren't you? You are always a pest. He's helping. You're not helping. You're just getting everywhere, aren't you? Yes, go and give kisses for chat, though. Snarf. Just chilled. Just chilled. You know, he's just like, I'm alright. Occasionally licking his bum. You alright, Snarf? Look at you. Look at you. Oh, Snarf, Snarf. Look at my big handsome boy, aren't you? A big handsome boy? Mwah. Look at him. He's so handsome. And would you look at that? Ray loves you. Don't know why. Isn't it not a thought in his head? Exactly. There's a thought in his head. It's like, I wonder if I can get Ray to give me treats. Well, you lucky devils. Ray, for some reason, thinks you're ace. Looks like a Victorian general, complete with a fat ass. You can't say no to the boys. You can have some, and Snarf. You can have some. And Chat can have cat butt. Let's get a proper view in here. Give me some schlack. There he goes. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Yes, I've had the Domino's again. I've had the After 8 cookies again, because they are actually quite nice. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 munch munch. And over there, munch munch. Munch munch. Stir fry. Nice. Now just like happily munching away. Yum, munch, munch, munch. Munch, oof. Munch, 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 munch. I think that's it. Orko. Oh, kisses to Chat. Don't think you want the cookies. How about you, Star? Kisses? Mom? Do you want to give Chat a kiss? Do you want to give Chat a kiss? No? Kisses? Of course they don't. No. No kisses for Chat. But thank you, Ray. Thank you for giving the boys them treats. And for looking after Kira. Bless you. Right, I'm just gonna put on my Wesley hoodie. Oh. And just show off some things. So, there it is. It's very tiny, but it's there as well. So it's not really coming out in can. They are very, very tiny. But I have got my pronoun badges. He, him. In fact, actually, look, there's a... focus. Focus. Can we get the camera to focus? Well, they can't get in front, but they're cute. They've got like little little fingers pointing at them, like an old Super NES. Is it petite? That's the word, petite. And also, I've got my Queer Agenda shirt, courtesy of Shannadin. Hello, you. Right. Just go. Okay, shout out. Escape. Ooh, have I got that? Is that in my... I've got a lot of games in Steam now. I'm just not sure what I've got anymore. I might have Escape Simulator. I'm not sure. What are you doing? Yes, you're in the way. Like a bodge of like games that came that have been cheap on Steam recently, and I've been like, oh, gotta get them, gotta get them. Have I actually got it? I don't have Escape Simulator. No, that's in alphabetical. I'm sure I've got something that's got a similar name, but not that. There you go. We'll have to do something tomorrow, though. A bit random. We'll worry about that later. In the meantime, we're trying to find out about Leopold the Twink. Now, where were we? I think it was here, wasn't it? Yeah, this thing.
It looks like an architectural drawing of a theater. The Wittelsbacher Theater, München. Every square inch is measured.
So remember, I think we'll find something else there. I'm just wondering if this is something that we can do at that palace. Yeah, this.
July 1882. Great and beloved king, Monsieur Beaujolais and I have finished the diagram. We checked the figures many times, and Monsieur is confident that it will work. 8 identical fixtures are to be made from the diagram and placed in the theater exactly as specified. I'm sending the diagram with your courier. Be full of hope and have courage. All will be well. Your own, Wagner.
So 8 fixtures placed in the theatre exactly as specified. Probably something not unlike the diagram that we saw, which boom, 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 boom. Very serious music here. Like, is it something to do with here?
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Like, we got the images themselves.
There must be a story behind these wolf paintings. But what?
Yeah, we get the tape.
Engelhart and the blacksmith. Hildegunde's imprisonment.
And a wolf. But we can't seem to interact with anything else. Those are two of the same thing. Cracking view.
Nice view of the Alps.
And then there's... Why can't I do anything with this? It's like, oh, it's a hotspot, but you can't actually do anything with it.
I wonder why he was studying the occult before he died. I wonder why... I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
The guard's not in here, Grace. Take a blooming screwdriver to it. So, like, aside from this weird room...
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
So this lassie will move between this room and the previous room. In time. In a bit. Unless she's just frozen here forever now. Yeah. But I'm sure I've looked at everything.
I can almost...
Like, it feels like the moving guards is a puzzle that we need to solve.
More swans.
More swans.
The swan motif is featured throughout the castle, but it is particularly prominent in this room. Both the swan and the lily were symbols Ludwig associated with himself. They represented his ideals of majesty and purity. The painting behind the swan shows Lohengrin's arrival.
Right, what else is there in here? There's...
These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm surprised people don't sit in these chairs when the guard's not looking.
While the guard's not looking again.
These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old. I'm surprised people don't sit in these chairs when the guard's not looking.
So that was vaguely new.
These linens look...
Yeah, we know linens. And there's no guard here. Why didn't you sit down, Grace? Sit down!
I'm surprised people don't... Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep. Maybe Lud... Did they have running water in 1886?
Pretty certain we've listened to the tape about these, but...
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that...
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde.
You gonna nip off somewhere? And look around. Are you gonna... No, not going anywhere?
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Oh, hello, this is a view we haven't seen.
In the corner is a brown tiled stove with clay figures of Tristan and Isolde.
Okay, so there are things we definitely...
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde, the tragic love story retold in Wagner's opera. The opera was given its first performance in Munich in 1865, and a 20-year-old Ludwig attended. This is probably the most elaborate and expensive bedroom ever created.
Yep.
It took 14 woodcarvers 4.5 years to create this room. It was this kind of extravagance that bankrupted the king. In the years before his death, he found it increasingly difficult to find money from any source.
Right, that takes us back here. And takes us back to the chapel. Going to the chapel and we're gonna look around at everything. I'm sure I've clicked on everything in the chapel.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
So is there... have we seen everything in there now? No, there's still things to do. I don't know what we need to do. We've been around the entire museum. This door looks horribly tempting. And like maybe if the guard disappears... Again, if you leave, can I lie on the bed? Does this one leave, or does she just like do a bit of a look around and then that's it? Maybe there's something in the bedroom to find. Because that's two things now that say, oh, I wonder if the guard's not looking, and guards that move around, it feels like we need to be ooh, ooh, when the guard's not there. No, you're just looking around. Oh, no, wait, there she goes. There she goes. Okay. Oh, she's been replaced by him. Okay. Now what? Do we wait and see if he leaves?
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
Hey Rick, how you doing? We're wondering if there's much extra to learn about King Leopold the Twink. Oh yeah, lurk away, bud. We will see you in a bit. Enjoy your FUD. Okay. Mr. Mangard, are you going to disappear anywhere? I'm just standing in the king's bedroom, waiting to see if guards will move. Right, okay, yeah, he's going back to the front. She's about right, so this room is never unoccupied. But this room is unoccupied.
I'm surprised people don't sit in these chairs when the guard's not looking.
Well, the guards aren't looking. Have a seat. Take your screwdriver to it. Use your tape deck on it. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
Well, there's no guard in this room currently. But there's nothing else to click on. And then in a second, we'll get a guard in here. There she is. Which means that the other room becomes unoccupied.
I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
But there's no guard in there, Grace. So, touch it. Do the illegal touching.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle.
I wonder why he was...
Studied the occult, yeah, I know.
I doubt there's...
So, unless... do the illegal touching. I should really go to Streamlabs and turn off the quotes. Or just boot the Streamlabs bot, because I'm not using it for anything. I was wondering if... I think I might have brought it back in to see if their safety mode became bot controlled. So... maybe this dude's leaves and we can fiddle with the 8 fittings that are in the exact place in the theatre. This, come on. You're just going to stand there all day? You're going to move, Sonny Jim? This feels like a guard moves get to do something puzzle, right? Or do we not have the necessary precursor for it, like a key? Or a map? I know the guides are horrible, but would anyone mind doing a CRA helpline? And I say anyone, obviously I mean Ray. Because you are very good at it. Because I feel like we've clicked on everything here. Everything we're allowed to click on. This guard is not leaving. If we exit down, we end up in that view. If we exit left, we end up in that view. We exit there. Pixel Jaeger, yeah. Like, if anything, it feels like we sneak up the tower. That's what it feels like. But maybe we need a key to open the door and then we wait for the guard to disappear? Maybe we go somewhere else for a key? Oh, where else is there? So there is... is this? That was Neuschwanstein, yes. The palace that you get to walk through with the guards moving about. That is Neuschwanstein.
Hi, did you have a good time?
Uh-huh. Anything new?
Yes, you had a phone call.
Really?
A man named Professor Barkley. He said you had his number.
I do. Thanks.
Alright, this is new. Walk around, look at everything, play the torch in every room you can. Okay. Which I think we did. Steal one of the death masks of the facial recognition system, let you into a secret werewolf fighting cave. Maybe, Rick. But we got something new here. We have something new here. No guard hunting. Wow. Let's talk to Professor Barkley. Maybe that'll give us something more to go on.
Hello?
Hi, Professor Barkley. It's Grace.
Oh, good. I have a name for you. It's Herr Josef Dahlmeier, and he specializes in Bavarian history, and I think he's somewhere near you are.
Herr Josef Dahlmeier. Great, got a number?
Yeah, I do. It's 4982-555-2234.
Always 555. Do German
Thanks a
numbers
lot.
even follow
Sorry
that
about the
button?
bother.
That's no bother. When are you coming back to school, Gracie?
When I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Well, be good.
Is there anything to write to Gabe about?
I'll write to Gabriel. Soon as I have enough info to blow his little investigation out of the water.
So we haven't got enough yet. Oh no, but we have got a new phone number, haven't we? So it's like Kit Bash, Hatfield and Lebowski. Be good. I know, like I would normally say, yeah, look after yourself. It's like, be good. Oh, this must be interesting. They put piano to it.
Hallo?
Hallo, sind Sie Herr Josef Dahlmeier?
Yeah, you must be Grace Nakamura, the American history student.
Yes,
I hear you're interested in Ludwig II.
very.
Good. There's something I want to show you. Drive to Berg on Starnberger See. Meet me at the Memorial Chapel.
All right, thank you.
Oh, wait. Was there anything you wanted me to look into before we meet?
Well, I was hoping you knew something about someone called the Black Wolf. He was a contemporary of Ludwig's. He lived in Prussia, I think, and he was well connected.
Never heard of him, but I'll check. See you there.
Thanks. Bye.
That's what I was thinking. Why is he in the dark? Why have we got a mystery guy who wants us to meet him in Berg in the dark? And how you doing, Art?
I'll write to Gabe.
Yeah, you got nothing to say to Gabe. This is a very good way to get murdered.
Gerda? Yes?
Oh, we can talk to Gerd about stuff.
Have you heard from Gabriel at all?
No, Grace, I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Alright, let's go meet someone and get murdered, shall we?
At least I have the car key.
Yes, we've got to actually use the car keys with the car to drive the car, which... Now we have a new location! Because that's the thing, right? It's flashing for all locations, but oh, could this look any more ominous? We're definitely going to get murdered, aren't we? Dragged into the woods and murdered.
It's a memorial chapel. It's a memorial.
This is where he died. You must be Grace. Herr Dahlmeier.
Hello.
Josef. I didn't mean to startle you. I wanted you to see it. I feel him here the most, you know, more than at the castle. So, what did you want to know?
Oh, I love this guy's hair. Oh, just all these curls at the back. I love this hair. It's amazing. Hello, yes. Well, we've got someone to talk to.
Professor Barclay says your
About a lot
hobby
of
is
stuff.
Ludwig.
Yes. He was the last real king that Bavaria had. As a Bavarian and a history buff, well, that's enough to hook me right there.
But there's more, right?
He was a romantic, you know. A dreamer. And he was misunderstood, maligned.
Sounds like you can relate.
Me? Hell, I have it easy. At least I live in the 1990s. And not every eye in the country is on me. But yes, I can relate.
I can relate with the rich king from the last century. Who it's the twink thing, isn't it?
You know about Ludwig's diary, right?
Of course.
How can I get my hands on it?
I'm sorry. I have been trying myself for 5 years. They keep it locked up tight in the Royal Archives and they don't let it out. They must think it contains things that will hurt his image.
They won't let anyone see it, not ever?
Only one person outside of the government ever got to see it, a biographer, Sir Richmond Chapel. He had friends among the German royals and they let him look at it.
Did you ever try to contact Chapel? Pick his brain?
No, and I don't believe I never thought of that. If you do and you find out anything, you must share.
It's a promise. Tell me about Ludwig.
I don't know where to start. There's so much. Politically, the most significant thing about Ludwig II was that he signed over independent Bavarian statehood to Prussia in 1870. Bavaria became a part of United Germany, and Ludwig became a figurehead prince under the Prussian Kaiser.
Why do you think he did that?
Skint.
Bavaria had been involved in the 100 Years' War. People were tired of fighting. Prussia's push to unite the German states made some amount of sense. Still, Ludwig must have had other options. At the very least, he should have negotiated better terms.
So what was the real reason?
He was manipulated by Bismarck. At least that's what I think, anyway.
Okay.
What about Ludwig personally?
You'll find two perspectives on Ludwig. The view the tourists get is the romantic ideal, Ludwig the tormented loner. Then there is the historian's point of view. Ludwig was plagued with guilt over his sexual orientation and was driven mad with self-loathing.
But I take it you're not buying either point of view.
Well, it's all too convenient, isn't it? That he was a devout Catholic, there is no question, and I'm sure there were pressures on him to be normal. But he was no prude. He loved Byron. Yes. Philosophy, the French court. If anything, Ludwig was too much an egomaniac. He didn't give a damn what anyone thought. And besides, he didn't try to hide any of his relationships. If he suffered from anything in his romantic life, it was disillusionment. No one loved him back as purely as he himself loved.
And probably syphilis.
Well, if it wasn't sexual guilt that tormented him, what was it?
I don't know. His diary was filled with self-guilt, but I'm sure it's not about that. If I knew, I'd write my own book, set the record straight, so to speak.
Midnight sleigh rides in a nightmare.
Have you read anything about Ludwig's midnight sleigh rides?
Oh, would that have been something? To be out at night and suddenly see him sweep by with his entourage? They say the night agitated Ludwig, and that being outdoors and the rushing feeling of the sleigh calmed him down. Sometimes even the sleigh wasn't enough. He would stop in some remote woods, order his servants to stay put, and go wandering off by himself for hours. It drove the servants crazy.
So art, are you getting wound up by a divergence from accepted history here? Just like, no, how can we make him seem more romantic, tragic figure? Oh, well, let's ignore history. Let's make him feel oppressed. He loved Byron.
Tell me about Bismarck.
Bismarck. He was the Prussian Kaiser's chancellor. Not a nice man. Bismarck had a reputation for learning people's weaknesses and manipulating them. It's a matter of record that he had spies on Ludwig's staff. He may even have had a henchman even closer to the king. And he was involved in the conspiracy to declare Ludwig insane.
Did you find out anything about the Black Wolf?
I did. I'd read about him before, but I hadn't realized that was who you were talking about. His name was Godin, Paul Godin. I found a reference to his being called the Black Wolf after you telephoned.
I've never heard of him. Who was he?
Godin lived on the fringes of the Prussian court. He was handsome, charming, dangerous, or so they say. He was variously rumored to have been a foreign prince, a Prussian spy, even an assassin. Since you were interested in him, I found out some things that are probably true. It said he came from abroad in the mid-1800s, but claimed high German blood.
Do you know where he came from?
No. And he was ruthlessly ambitious. He probably found out who held the power, Bismarck, and offered his services. Bismarck was a good judge of talent, of that sort anyway.
The Black Wolf, there's more.
What else do you know about Godin?
He must have done something remarkable. Bismarck was not a generous man. He liked to string people along with promises, but rarely came through. He did for Godin, though. He gave him a royal title and lands in 1863. And that was the last reference I found to him.
Well, how could he just disappear?
It's not that unusual. Back then, when you were given a title, you usually changed your name and moved to a place where no one knew your past, so you could act with impunity, or be a pompous ass and get away with it.
Is there any way to find out what Godin was called after he got his title?
Is it that critical?
It might be.
Gotta love the sound quality on this.
You could send away for a copy of the entitlement deed, assuming it has been destroyed during one of the wars. Godin's new name would be on it. But you would need a research permit from the government to access those records, and they can be very hard to get. A lot of red tape.
Great.
And a hunting accident.
What do you know about Ludwig's hunting accident?
A couple of years ago,
Diva.
I was introduced to this great old man, a real old world farmer. Well, his grandfather was Richard Horning, Ludwig's equestrian. Oh, he told some great Ludwig stories. Sometimes I get lucky. Anyway, he said that after the hunting accident, Ludwig got terribly ill, that he had a fever and was acting crazy. They were afraid that the wolf had been carrying a disease or that the bite had gone septic.
A wolf bit him?
Yeah, it's not so unusual. There were a lot of wolves in the Alps back then. The servants were really worried, but Ludwig recovered, physically anyway. Horning's grandfather said it was the fever that broke Ludwig's mind, that he was worse than ever after that.
Oh, more.
What do you mean Ludwig got worse after the accident?
Ludwig always had been a very private person.
I'll tune the radio in.
After the accident, he got darker, more crazy. Towards the end, he was even forcing his servants to enter his chambers bent over so they couldn't see his face. Horning's grandfather said his temper was fearsome. He would fly into a rage at the least mistake.
Must have been terrified of him.
Yes, well. Horning's grandfather felt sorry for Ludwig, and Ludwig hated his own violence. He was always giving gifts to his servants to apologize.
Oh.
You mentioned that there were other reasons why Ludwig's servants feared him.
Ah, that's another of Horning's mysteries. There's a story about Neuschwanstein. Apparently there was a period of time of 2 or 3 months when Wagner would come and visit him
Wagner?
there. Yeah. The two would lock themselves in the singers' hall. Horning's grandfather said the sounds that came from there were awful. Well, the servants had superstitious minds anyway. Some of them quit over it, just walked away.
What kind of sounds?
Horning's grandfather called them heartbreaking and ungodly. Maybe it was Wagner trying to sing.
Maybe it was a wolf.
Well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
It's my pleasure. And if you ever want to talk again, just give me a call. I'll meet you down.
I will. Thanks.
Servus.
Well, bye.
All right.
This is where they found Ludwig's body.
Are we expecting to find any clues here?
I wonder what it felt like under there.
No sitting on the bench to regain your health then. Maybe they're working an early version dubstep. Boo.
It's a memorial chapel for Ludwig.
Okay, so we can go back and see him about stuff, right? Everywhere is flashing, so there is always things to do. Have we got enough?
Hi, Gerda. I'm back.
Good.
Nothing new? We got enough to write Gabe a letter. Because that's probably the thing, isn't it? We write Gabe a letter, we send it off, that'll probably be it.
I'll write to Gabriel. As soon as I have enough info to blow his...
Yeah, okay. Obviously not.
Gerda?
Yes?
Gerda, do you have any idea where I could get a government research permit? I don't have time for a lot of red tape.
You should ask Herr Übergrau. He can maybe get such things very fast.
You think? I was gonna write Gabriel today anyway.
Okay. Have I got enough to write to Gabe yet?
I should get a letter off to Gabriel. I need to include a note to Übergrau about the research permit.
Here we go. It's one hell of a typewriter. Right.
Guess they're closed.
Oh no. Well, okay, well, we got a letter, haven't we? So, go to the...
Grüß Gott, Frau Nakamura.
Grüß Gott. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Nein, leider nicht. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Yeah. Got that.
Kann ich diesen Brief versenden?
Ja, 3 Mark bitte.
Now we're gonna pay. What time are you gonna get up tomorrow, Rick? Plan B does sound good.
Dankeschön.
Bitte sehr. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
My German isn't good enough for...
Danke.
Bitte.
Alright, so we've sent a letter to Gabe. Oh no.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Got anything new?
Are the Smiths in their room?
Yeah, I believe so.
Could you ask them to come down, please?
Oh, yeah, natürlich.
Did she write the letter in depleted uranium? Why would a letter inside the country cost 3 mark? It's a good question. Oh, here we go. This is going to be nice and weird.
Just tell Merle what's going on.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we're doing this.
I
Fine.
had a dream last night. I didn't remember it at first, but I saw something today at one of the museums.
What was the dream?
I was being chased in the woods by wolves. And I saw a sleigh. Ludwig was inside. He pulled me up, and I thought I was safe. But then he turned into a wolf.
So what do you think, Mother?
A dream of rescue is a spiritual guide dream. The High Priestess in Gabriel's cards must be linked to Ludwig somehow.
What do the wolves represent?
I'm a psychic, dear, not Freud. But the warning I got was about the black wolf, wasn't it? And the wolves in the dream. It must be the same danger.
It's so frustrating. The more I find out, the more questions I have.
Why don't you try a little communicating of your own? Ludwig's the link. Appeal to him. The answers may not come right away, but at least you'll give the guide something specific to say the next time she contacts you.
Isn't there any way that you could, you know, do a psychic reading on Ludwig or something?
To tell you the truth, I've been trying all day to make contact, but I only feel great despair. Ludwig's soul is not at peace.
Do you want to come in the car?
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
Be careful now.
Thanks.
So I can talk to them.
I don't have anything to say to Herr Huber at the moment.
We can't get our special permit because they're closed.
Those look better.
Oh yeah, we put some flowers down. Oh. There's not a lot else to do here.
Guess they're closed.
So we can't get our special permit straight away. What else is there to do? Apparently things to do in all the locations. Oh yeah, you use your eggs. Egg. Let's go see the grumpy one. Not a lot really. We told them about the dream, and they're saying, "Oh, we need to understand more about Ludwig. Ludwig is the key, and we can't do a psychic reading on him." Right.
July 3rd, 8. The feelings of...
Like, we read that.
Elizabeth frequently gave Ludwig advice on March 1st, 1865.
And we read that.
Ludwig's friends were concerned for his mental... June 14th, 8. In this letter, dated November 1886, no further reference...
And we read that. So, you know, we read those series of letters.
She's beautiful. Elizabeth of Austria. One of Ludwig's few close friends was Empress Elizabeth of Austria. She was a distant cousin of the boy Prince, and he saw her often growing up. Graceful and beautiful, Elizabeth seemed to represent the feminine ideal to the younger Ludwig. Their friendship continued after her marriage, mainly by correspondence. She remained a source of stability for Ludwig throughout his life. In keeping with Ludwig's love...
Yeah, we read that as well. One of these days, I'm going to find a copy of the t-shirt, which is a picture of Will Smith and his family. I think in black and white on a white t-shirt, and then in the appropriate fonts it says The Smiths. Right, so we saw that.
Ludwig is Prince Charming. He played the part well.
We saw the handsome prince.
Looks like it weighs a ton. Ludwig's Grand Master wardrobe from the Knights of St. George.
St. George, again.
He looks so regal. Why would he give up all of this pageantry and become a recluse? Ludwig, Grand Master of the Knights of St. George. There's gotta be a connection between all this St. George stuff and Gabriel.
Yep.
Ludwig is Grand Master of the Knights of St. George. The Knights of St. George was an aristocratic society dedicated to the acts of chivalry. Ludwig loved the medieval pageantry of the order in his early years, before his increasing reclusiveness drove him to abandon public appearances.
Did we read all that before? I'm not sure. Well, we have now.
Signets and sash pins from the Order of the Knights of St. George. These were worn on Ludwig's uniform, as befitted his rank of Grand Master. They are now the property of the Bavarian Crown Treasury.
Hello, Ammonier. Yes, we've been going around the German museums a lot.
I wonder if these pins have any symbolic meaning.
We're making sure that we've clicked on everything, because I think, we need to click on everything.
Richard Wagner. Ludwig's diary.
No, we knew about
Ludwig
Ludwig's
kept a
diary.
diary from 1869 when he was 24 years old until his death. The diary provides a fascinating look into the mind of this tormented man. The original diary is kept
This
in the Royal
tormented
Archives. A few
man.
entries are shown on the opposite wall. Ludwig and Wagner. Ludwig loved the opera of his contemporary Richard Wagner. He helped support Wagner's music through much of his life. Ludwig considered Wagner a close friend, often...
Right, like we definitely read that about the thing. Okay, Ludwig's diary. I'm pretty certain we read all this.
Even after Wagner's death, Ludwig still showed signs of obsession with the composer. This letter, written in 1882 by Ludwig to the conductor of the Munich Opera...
We knew about the new opera.
Ludwig is offered a crown of laurels by the genius of immortal fame. 26 July 1874. By the power of the lily, we shall have the strength to resist all temptations throughout the whole year. 26 July 1875. Solemn oath before the picture of the great king. Refrain for 3 months from all excitement. This oath has its binding power as well as its potency by de par le Roi.
Yeah, we read that lot as well. So I think like the stuff about the St. George, I've got a feeling we didn't click on previously.
I have no idea what that says. Looks old, though.
Looks old.
Ludwig's death mask. Maybe Mrs. Smith will know what my dream meant. I have to ask someone. This thing is getting too weird.
Yeah, we did ask her about that.
Ludwig embarking on his sleigh. The midnight sleigh rides. Ludwig went...
Yeah, we knew all about that stuff. Did we read these?
December 14th, 1881, Linderhof. Order
Or
another
maybe we
work by
missed
Jennings
these.
on the occult. Write urgently to Klug, saying that I insist that the stoppages by the bank cease. I want it, and therefore it must be done. Write very urgently. He must succeed at once, and then must report to me urgently. If I give orders to clear my room, doing so must not be postponed as it happened. Pencils must be pointed without special orders. The day after tomorrow, 1,000 marks. How is Louis now? I want to know whether he looks unhappy. How often have I said that the coffee must not come up boiling hot, so that it can only be drunk after standing an hour? If any more correspondence come from Louis, they are to be burnt immediately, but I am to be informed of their arrival.
So, sound very disjointed.
These are actual notes from Ludwig to his servants. They go far in showing the king's state of mind. They were smuggled out and used as evidence in compiling the order for Ludwig's arrest. December 18th, 1881, Linderhof. Every day get up earlier for certain. See to that very particularly. Write it down. Remember that when the great friend arrives at Neuschwanstein, we retire to the hall. We are not to be disturbed. I will not tolerate interference or insubordination.
Okay, so we've looked at those bits, we've looked at that, we've looked at that, we've looked at that, we've looked in that display case now. We looked at that, we looked at that.
I don't have anything to say to her at the moment.
Good, because she's a grumpy sod. Look at her sour face. Yeah, no, we looked at that. That's the Prince Charming thing. Okay, so might we have looked at everything? Well, she's saying no Schweinstein different every other time because she's American. Uh-oh. 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 Not done any saving for the past hour or so. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No. No. Okay, couple of things. Number one. Hello, Nightbot. Let's put the timer back on. Speedrun incoming. Yeah, number two. Speedrun time. Well, the thing is, what have we done new? Nothing particularly new. Except for there's definitely... except for getting in contact with that bloke. So... And I reckon that basically, if we look at every little thing in the museums, then we get to talk to him on there. Jargon Jab, thank you for hanging around. Yeah, watch as we speedrun. And gets that right. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go. Welcoming. And write the letter for the research permit, yes. Some chat. So we're going to find the bits we didn't look at before, which are...
Ludwig, Grand Master of the Knights of St. George. There's gotta be a connection between all this St. George stuff and Gabriel.
See? Right, Knights of St. George. That's the stuff we need
Ludwig is Grand Master of... He looks so regal.
I think we clicked on the painting, but we didn't click on the other things. We definitely didn't click on the box.
Signets and sash pins. I wonder if...
Yeah, okay, see, we definitely...
Ludwig's Grand Master Wardrobe from the Knights of St. George. Looks like it weighs a ton.
This is the Wagner
Richard
stuff.
Wagner.
We read the Wagner stuff previously. So we go up here.
The Midnight...
We'd read the Midnight
Maybe
Sleigh
Mrs.
Ride.
Smith.
But this was the stuff that we hadn't read before.
December 14th, 1881, Linderhof. Order another work by Jennings on the... If I give orders... These are actual notes from Ludwig to his servants. They go far in showing the king's state of mind. December 18th, 1881. December 8th...
Right, I think that's all the things that we probably missed in here earlier. So I'm going to save that. There's Grumpy Woman. Hey, there we go, we've left. Right. We've cleared it. There is nothing... yeah, points is an indication you find something new, and also the hint with the flashing. So that's one down. Let's go to the Wagner Museum.
Wagner souvenirs. Don't think I need any of those. Wagner souvenirs. Cosima was Wagner's wife, I think. She probably just talks about him in her journal. Cosima was... I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
That's it. But we did some good flirting, though. Right, in this room we've got a piano.
Wagner's piano. On this piano, the maestro composed his later operas, including The Ring. Wagner's piano...
Yeah, okay. Go on, play chopsticks, Grace. Oh, you're rubbish. Okay. This was bust of...
Franz Liszt, composer and Cosima Wagner's father.
Listomania.
Richard Wagner.
Alright. So we can exit that. Right, what's on the deck? Okay. Go left or right or... Let's go left. We always go left.
Wagner died on that sofa. That's kind of creepy. The death of Wagner. On Ash Wednesday, 1883, Wagner suffered a heart attack in a Venetian gondola on the way to San Michele.
What a way to go.
His wife and the gondolier carried him into a church where he regained consciousness. Wagner died 4 days later on this sofa.
Right, we read that before. I remember reading that before.
It looks rather simple considering the grandiose stuff Wagner composed here. Wagner's desk, exactly as it was on the day he died. It looks like an architectural drawing of a theater, the Wittelsbacher Theater, München. Every square inch is measured. It looks like It's a letter from a Wasn't Wagner's Bayreuth Theater already?
I read all that. What's in...
Wagner's death mask.
But nothing about his hand. Nothing about that painting. That takes us back in here.
The great patron himself.
King Twink.
Ludwig as the classical Greek hero. Ludwig's death mask.
King Twink. King Twink.
July 1882. Great and beloved king, Monsieur Beaujolais and I have finished the diagram. We checked the figures many times and Monsieur is confident that it will work. 8, be full of hope.
Yeah, we need... Oh.
June 10th, 1881, Munich residence. Great friend, I am writing to you in the middle of the night. My blood is pounding too wildly for sleep. Tonight's performance, how can I describe it? I am unsure whether to... We must speak.
I'm sure we read those things before.
A portrait given as a gift from Ludwig to Wagner.
That's not clickable. And then we can either go back that way or in here.
These look like production designs. These look like I don't see anything that looks like those wolf paintings.
Nope.
These look like I don't see anything.
Nothing in that cabinet. Oh, what's that?
Opera costumes. Opera costumes. This must be a model of Wagner's own theater, here in Bayreuth.
Sure, we looked at that previously as well.
This must be...
Do. It takes us back there. Okay. Have we seen everything there is to see in here then? There's only one way to find out. No, there's still stuff to look at. What is there? What have we missed? What have we missed?
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
Hello, Georg.
Cosima was Wagner's...
We just keep coming back. Can't get enough of this place. The model of the costumes. There's no alternate view of the room. We can either go back that way. Yeah, if there's something I have absolutely missed in this museum on Monet, just a little teensy hint, maybe of like the appropriate room to look at, or if there's any way to get an alternate view.
It looks rather simple.
Be wildly appreciated. Should focus on Neuschwanstein at the moment. Okay. Now I'm fairly certain we've done everything, Neuschwanstein.
These scenes seem to tell a story, but I have no idea what story.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
These scenes seem to tell a story.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
These
Right. Paintings.
I wonder if Ludwig really meant to throw himself from the tower the night he was arrested.
The door.
The closed door leads to the tower, which is not part of the tour. The king was making his way to this very door when he was arrested in 1886. Our tour begins in the entry hall. Ludwig II lived from 1845 to 1886. He assumed that Ludwig's passion was building castles, in addition to his obsession.
So I think that's everything in that room, right? There's nothing else. There doesn't seem to be an alternate angle. So then we go into the bedroom.
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde. This is probably the most elaborate. It was this kind of
with all the wood carvings. And we look here.
The washstand actually worked by bringing in water from a stream above the castle.
Ludwig sure had a thing for swans. Ludwig sure had a thing for swans. Ludwig sure had a thing for swans. Ludwig sure had a thing for swans.
Okay, that's something slightly different because she was saying, I wonder about the running water, but I thought I played the tour tape before.
Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep.
Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde. Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde.
And then there's this slightly different view that we missed. Okay, bum bum bum. Keep saying he built lots of castles like he ever touched a brick.
In In the corner is a brown tiled stove with clay figures of Tristan and Isolde.
Right, then there was a chapel, which we missed a few times round.
This is Ludwig's private chapel. The king was a devout Catholic, as were all of the Wittelsbacher rulers. They supported the Roman Church even when other European countries were dominated by Protestantism.
Oh.
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis receiving the last sacraments.
The Black Madonna of Altadine. I wonder what her story is all about. The Black...
Sure, click on that before. Bum 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 bum.
It's a beautiful crucifix.
All gold and ivory, we know that. And then up.
A king saint? I wonder if Ludwig pictured himself that way.
The paintings above the altar depict St. Louis surrounded by the seraphim. An interesting side note. For a period of about a year, the Louis images in all three castles were ordered to be covered up with black cloth on the unfathomable whim of the king.
A king saint?
Right, I don't think there's anything else to be clicking in the chapel.
The miracle of the Grail.
The unfathomable whim of a jilted fuckboy.
These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old. I'm surprised people don't sit in these chairs when the guard's not looking. I'm surprised. These linens.
This is the king's living room. The walls are decorated with scenes from the Lohengrin saga. The king first saw Wagner's opera Lohengrin when he was 16, and it so affected him that he considered it a form of enlightenment. The tragedy of Lohengrin was his essential loneliness. This too was Ludwig's own fate. Ludwig withdrew more and more into his fantasy world of epic heroes and
what were you afraid they'd see?
And here comes guard. Yeah, exactly. If you can take some jollies to Europe, then you're gonna have to make sure that everyone that all that stuff gets stuff in. In she comes. There she goes. Cheers, beefy guard.
More swans.
The swan motif is the painting behind.
Again, that just takes us back to this view.
This is a reproduction of the grotto from the Tannhäuser saga. In such places, Ludwig could pretend he was one of his beloved mythic heroes. As the grotto personifies, the castles were solitary playgrounds built for Ludwig alone. He believed the masses were too coarse to appreciate fine art, and in fact, Ludwig had a standing order that upon his death, the castles were to be destroyed. It is one of the...
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
There's not a lot going on in this room. Definitely nothing over this side.
Grace Nakamura.
Going down takes you all the way back here. Going left takes you back here. That's the only hot spot to click on.
This is the king's study. Ludwig spent much time at his desk, writing letters, drawing up plans for his projects, and studying his favorite authors. He loved poetry, history, and the classics. In later years, he also studied the occult. What affairs of state he did reluctantly attend to were generally attended to alone at his desk in writing. His reluctance to meet with his heads of state and perform the duties of the king were one of the reasons for the charges brought against him in 1886.
Right, and then we look at this.
I wonder why he was studying the occult before he died. I wonder why. I wonder why.
Then this thing.
I doubt there's anything left in there now. I doubt there.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga and the Wartburg Castle. The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser. The study painting.
There doesn't seem to be an alternate angle on here. We can just go that way to go back to the grotto. And then we go here and we're in the last room of the tour. Well, we've got
Engelhard courts Hildegunde. Engelhard and the blacksmith. The hunters track down Engelhard and Hildegunde.
There must be a story behind these wolf paintings. But what story?
oh, you can navigate from the paintings, go left or right? So you can.
Hildegunde's imprisonment. The wedding feast of Hildegunde and the Baron. The death of Engelhard.
Nice view of the Alps.
Ludwig's childhood castle, Hohenschwangau, is visible from the lookout in the Singers' Hall.
Nice view of the Alps.
This is the final room of our tour, the Singers' Hall. It was modeled after the Singers' Hall of the Wartburg Castle, where minstrel the hall was built for small. The hall is probably best known. This is the final room. The hall is.
Right. I think we've clicked on everything that's possible to click, right? Aside from the fact that this gives us a weird no entry sign there. And we've...
Hildegunde's imprisonment.
Yeah, we've seen that one. There's a lot of hotspots here where we click on them and it goes, nah. So I'm not sure what else there is other than but yes, we have cleared it. We have cleared it. Right. I did just save. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to have lots of stuff to talk to that dude about. Let's put the save in.
Have you heard from Gabriel at all?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we have... She should have given us the message. I think I'd just click through. Now we get the weird man in the shadows. And now we go to meet the weird man in the shadows and possibly get murdered. Speed run. Speed running, cha 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 cha. Having learned everything we could learn about Leopold, we can now ask this dude everything there is to learn about Leopold.
It's a memorial chapel. It's a memorial chapel.
Uh-huh. Hello. And hopefully we got more to talk to him about because we read more, so.
Professor Barclay says your hobby is Ludwig.
Yes. He was the last real king that Bavaria had.
You know about Ludwig's diary, right?
Of course.
How can I get my hands on it?
I'm sorry. I have been trying.
Tell me about Ludwig.
I don't know where to start. There's so much. Politically, the most significant...
What about Ludwig personally?
You'll find two perspectives on Ludwig.
Yeah, we had that.
Have you read anything about Ludwig's midnight sleigh rides?
Would that have been something to...
Tell me about Bismarck.
Oh, Bismarck. He was the Prussian Kaiser's...
Did you find out anything about the Black Wolf?
No, I did.
What else do you know about Godin? Is there any way to find out what Godin was called after he got his title? What do you know about Ludwig's hunting accident?
A couple of years ago, I was introduced to this great old man, a real old world farmer. Well, his grandfather was Richard Horning, Ludwig's equestrian.
What do you mean Ludwig got worse after the accident?
Ludwig always had been a very private person. But after the accident, he got darker, more crazy. Towards the end, he was even forcing his servants to enter his chambers bent over so they couldn't see his face.
Oh yeah, we got bent over stuff, yeah. Servants' fears.
You mentioned that there were other reasons why Ludwig's servants feared him.
Ah, that's another of Horning's mysteries. There's a story about Neuschwanstein. Apparently, there was a period of time of 2 or 3 months when Wagner would come and visit him.
Wagner?
There. Yeah. The two would lock themselves in the singers' hall. Horning's grandfather said that.
Well, I guess that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
It's my pleasure. And if you ever want to talk again, just give me a call. I'll meet you down there.
I will. Thanks.
Servus.
Bye.
I don't think there was any particular new stuff that we got from that.
This is where they found Ludwig's body. I wonder what it felt like under there.
Yeah, don't wonder too much, Gracie.
I wonder what it...
Might end up finding out. Presumably we meet him again when we've got some more information.
Schloss Ritter.
Yeah, Schloss Ritter, we know. And they knew?
Gerda?
Yes?
Gerda, do you have any idea where I could get a government research permit? I don't have time for a lot of red tape.
You should ask Herr Übergrau. He can maybe get such things very fast.
You think? I was gonna write Gabriel today anyway.
Cool, right, now we can write Gabriel, and we have done a speed run. Here in Germany, there's always red tape.
I should get a letter off to Gabriel. I need to include a note to Übergrau about the research permit.
Oh wait, Übergrau is the lawyer. Hello, Sadie. Welcome in. You're not a robot. Rick is making brownies. Rick is making brownies. Oh, hang on. I've just realised. Oh, my days. Somebody is using an image of Grace for their emotes. For a channel that Sadie has subscribed to. That is fucking brilliant.
I don't have anything to ask Gerda right now.
Yeah, nothing new for Gerda. Yeah. Sorry, brownies are now in the oven. To the post office.
Grüß Gott, Frau Nakamura.
Grüß Gott. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Nein, leider nicht. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Kann ich diesen Brief versenden?
Ja, 3 Mark bitte.
And as Rick is pointing out, they are ripping us off. 3 marks. What was the smaller denomination? Anything else? Nope.
Danke.
Bitte.
Pfennig. Marks and Pfennigs. Yeah, that was it. Snarf, what are you doing? Leave my cookies alone. Just because Orko hit the box on the floor doesn't mean they're not. You're not eating cookies, Snarf. You love Grace of that channel. We love Grace around here as well. She's very put upon because Gabriel is an absolute pig. However, in this game, Gabriel is just hot for Von Glover. So Grace is definitely better than Gabe. Talking of the music in this game, let's get the Oompa Pumpa stuff out. And let's get save in. Here you go, Art. We get to do the bit you missed before. Thank you, Sadie, for the follow.
Herr Huber?
Yes?
Are the Smiths in their room?
Yeah, I believe so.
Could you ask them to come down, please?
Ja, natürlich.
So ask me. Sorry.
Now you just tell Merle what's going on.
I had a dream last night. I didn't remember it at first, but
Last
I saw something today at one of the museums.
What was the dream?
That
I was being
somebody
chased
loved
in the
me.
woods by wolves. And I saw a sleigh. Ludwig was inside. He pulled me up, and I thought I was safe. But then he turned into a wolf.
So what do you think, Mother?
A dream of rescue is a spiritual guide dream. The High Priestess in Gabriel's cards must be linked to Ludwig somehow.
What do the wolves represent?
I'm a psychic, dear, not Freud. But the warning I got was about the black wolf, wasn't it? And the wolves in the dream. It must be the same danger.
It's so frustrating. The more I find out, the more questions I have.
Why don't you try a little communicating of your own? Ludwig's the link. Appeal to him. The answers may not come right away, but at least you'll give the guide something specific to say the next time she contacts you.
Isn't there any way that you could, do a psychic reading on Ludwig or something?
To tell you the truth, I've been trying all day to make contact, but I only feel great despair. Ludwig's soul is not at peace.
Ludwig's soul is not at peace. Not quite.
I'd better go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Thanks.
I don't have anything else to say to the Smiths right now.
Because there's a fascist wolf sex cult. That's why he's not at peace. Exactly.
I don't have anything to say to Herr Huber at the moment.
Nothing to say to Herr Huber's either. There's nothing going on in town, really, is there? Looked up, starting in... Rick, you fucking nerd, I love it. Starting in 93, 3 marks would have been a letter up to 500 grams, and he was surprised by how expensive letters were back then. So what else would 3 mark have bought you then? Like, in terms of fags? Like, how much would a pack of 20 smokes been in about 1993? Right, I assume now that... Can we...
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
What? So what have we missed in here?
Cosima was Wagner's wife, I think. She probably just talks about him in her journal.
Like, what are we missing?
Wagner souvenirs.
Aside
Don't
from
think I need
kissing
any
with
of
Gail.
those.
Silly woman talking about a man.
Wagner souvenirs.
Like, as best I can tell from this museum, the only thing we're missing is kissing with Georg. Because they were flirting. There's the piano. We're not allowed to play chopsticks on it.
Wagner's piano.
Let's picture a list.
Franz Liszt, composer and Cosima Wagner's father.
It's a 3D picture, also known as a bust.
Richard Wagner.
I amused myself. There's the chair
Wagner
he died
on
on.
that sofa. That's
And look,
the death of Wagner.
there's a, he died on the sofa, and then there's his
Wagner's
death mask.
death mask.
There's nothing else to click on here. Didn't smoke 93, but the pack was 5 mark, because it was 5 mark coins, so it's convenient for the vending machine. And then they got more expensive, 19 per pack. Yeah, I remember them doing that stuff. But okay, so 93, 5 marks for a pack of smokes, or 3 marks for a letter. That's fucking expensive, because just from shooting from the hip, like a pack of smokes would have been like about £2.50 in 93, because I started smoking in 93. And like a letter, a first class letter, must have been like about 20 pence or something. Wow. Economics is wild, y'all.
Wagner's desk. Exactly as it was on the day he died.
Art smoked 93 cigarettes, probably under $2.
Wagner's. It looks rather simple considering. It looks rather.
You live in a tobacco state, fair enough.
It looks rather simple. It looks rather. It's a letter from. It looks like an architectural. Every square inch is.
So there's nothing else in this room, is there? We looked at the sofa and the plaque, and we saw his death mask, and we looked at his desk, and if we go back here, we end up back in this room. So then there's here where we've got the picture of the twink.
Great patron himself.
Snarf, what are you doing? Stop eating plastic bags. Honestly, he's such a dick. But can't click on the plaque under it. We've got the bust of the twink.
Ludwig as the classical Greek hero.
And then we got this stuff. Snarf, what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Just because there's shit on the floor. Not actual shit, just... That's it, lick your ass. Lick your ass like a good boy. Snarf is a cat. They're both cats. Let me introduce you, Sadie, to the family. This lump of trouble, this is Orko. Orky. He's sitting on my dinner / breakfast. Orky. Hi. Look, he is fucking gorgeous. And then down there, where there's like a mess of stuff. What are you doing, Snarf? This is Snarf. It was like, hi. Hi. You alright? You doing, handsome? And they are the stars of this. Hi, you alright? Look at him. Look at him. He's so handsome. Yeah, that doesn't... It's only once per stream, Orko, and you've already had some. If you use BT Better Twitch TV plugins, I've got some various Snarf and Orko related emotes that you can use on BT TV. I've also got some if you subscribe on the higher tiers, but I'm really not hunting for subscribers, so you can just use on if you have better TTTV, that should hopefully there's stuff. There's Orko, and there's even the jams. So if those aren't rendering on your chat and you're on mobile, sorry to say, sucks to be on mobile. But if you've got like Firefox or Chrome, or I think Safari as well, either BT TV, Better Twitch TV, or the Franca Faces with a Z plugins will render them in your chat. I quite like the Franca Faces plugin because it also does the Alejo pronouns, and of course, and we do love a bit of pronoun sharing around here. Anyway, Richard Wagner, he, him. Or rather, Ludwig, he, him.
Ludwig's death mask.
Like, we read all this stuff.
July 8th, be full of hope.
We read all this stuff.
A portrait given as... A portrait given as a gift from... A portrait given...
Like, we looked at all those things. That I don't think there's anything in this room we haven't looked at. And I don't think there is another angle that we can go for. So then there's finally this room, where there is the model.
This must be a model of Wagner's own theater, here in Bayreuth.
This is all one big hot spot.
This must be...
There's...
Opera costumes.
Opera costumes.
Opera costumes. Opera costumes. Opera costumes.
So there's all them, and then there's... The only thing's clickable over here.
These look like production designs. I don't see anything that looks like those wolf paintings in Neuschwanstein, though.
And these?
These look like... I don't see... These look like... I don't...
And these display cases do not have clickable hotspots. So I honestly don't know what we've missed here, because then we go out here, we're back there, we go out here, we're back here, there's no weird corner over this side that's triggering. So what have we missed? What have we missed in the Wagner Museum? What haven't I clicked on? Clicked on the Twink picture and the Twink bust and the Twink death mask. Can't click on that thing. Clicked on his sofa. We clicked on his death mask and his bureau. Clicked on his piano and we clicked on these busts. Clicked on that model, we clicked on that, we clicked on all them. Like, literally, we can't click on these things, only these things up top. We've done that. Wagner clicked on his sofa as well. Oh, yeah. Probably with Ludwig. Am I right?
Ludwig. Ludwig. Ludwig.
So I'm not sure what we've missed at the Wagner Museum. There's nothing left to flirt with Georg about.
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
See? Ludwika Twinkrex. I bet you don't want that
Georg...
number, do you? So what else are we meant to do here? Save, obviously. No pen when Ludwig gets naked if you turn it upside down. Apparently not.
Wagner souvenirs. Don't think I need any of those.
She doesn't want a Wagner souvenir. And then we leave, and then there's still things to do there, apparently. crown slips down. Like, presumably, we need to find out a couple more things about Ludwig and maybe Wagner and their relationship. That then we can ask the dude who meets us here. And possibly ask Georg about at the museum. But what is it that we're missing?
This is where they found Ludwig.
So the only thing I can think of really she walked like she's in a Mr. Robot video. Who knows?
I don't have anything to ask Gerda right now.
Nothing new to ask Gerda.
I don't have anything to say to Herr Huber at the moment.
Nothing to say to Herr Huber or the Smiths. We've done the post office. Nobody's in the Lat House. Nobody's in here. Nobody's in the church. So aside from, like, what have we discovered that's new that we can ask the dude? The dude. I'm stumped. This one's a really tricky chapter level because it's like, what haven't we done at the Wagner Museum? Seriously, what haven't we done? I have clicked on everything there is to click at the Wagner Museum. I swear to you.
Wagner souvenirs.
There's Wagner souvenirs.
I don't have anything to ask Georg.
There's Georg. There's this book.
Cosima was Wagner's wife, I think. She probably just talks about him in her journal.
Like, I don't think there's anything that we can... Can you get to the Lake Church? This place. Up here. I don't think you can. You can look at it.
It's a memorial chapel for Ludwig. It's a memorial chapel.
But like literally the only exits here are here. Or here, which... You know, we can go and look at the lake. And we can look at the water and go, ooh, I
wonder what it felt like.
I wonder what it felt like to drown. Don't wonder these things, Gracie. You'll find out too soon.
I wonder.
Like this, does this place? I think this place only exists to meet that weird dude. Put some rocks in the pocket, wade in. Like, there's nothing else worth clicking on around here at all. Can't even go for a tromp in the woods. It honestly feels like, you know, the only thing that seems to be due left at Rittersberg is to phone the dude again and meet him at the church at Seashaft. But what have we missed here? It feels like we need to discover something here that we would want to talk to thing about. Right, so this is the room about Ludwig.
The great patron himself. The great.
Love that hair.
Ludwig as the classical Greek hero. A portrait given as a gift from Ludwig to Wagner. A portrait given...
We can't actually get a close-up of the portrait. That's some Neil Diamond hair. Great friend, I'm writing to you in the middle of the night. My blood is pounding too wildly for sleep. Tonight's performance, how can I describe it? I'm unsure whether to be terrified or thrilled. Perhaps I even feel hopeful. If it is hope, you have given it to me, my friend, for the first time in years. We must speak. Something happened during the music tonight, but I must have your absolute confidence. As you love me, come at once, your devoted king.
June 10th, we must speak.
Ludwig. Great beloved king, Monsieur Beaujolais and I have finished the diagram. We checked the figures many times and Monsieur is confident it will work. 8 identical fixtures to be made from the diagram placed in the theatre exactly as you specified. I'm sending the diagram with your courier. Be full of hope and have courage. All will be well. Your own Wagner.
July 1882. Great and beloved king, must be full of hope and...
Ludwig's death mask.
Ludwig's death mask. So these seem important, but they haven't changed my score because I've seen them loads. And I don't think there's an alternate view of this room. What have we missed? What have we missed? What haven't we clicked on? I can't click on this panel of interesting things. Don't know what they are. What have we missed, folks? We're into overtime now.
Wagner's death mask.
Can't get to those paintings in the background. These ones up here. Now that takes me to this room, which, like, presumably they're on this side of the wall, but there's nothing to click on that takes us there. We can go out of that room, which basically takes us back here. We can go there, which takes us back there. But yeah, this room doesn't seem to have anywhere that's going to flip us around. We looked at that, we've looked at them, we've looked at things up there. Can't click on any of the things here or that, just those are the hot spots. And the painting above the shelf in the death couch room. Go back to the study and write Ludwig slash. Yeah, no, this painting, nothing. 'Tis not a hot spot. Go to the Wagner Museum and click on everything. I did. Clicked on everything.
It looks rather simple considering...
You know, that looks simple. Yeah, I should be wrapping up really. But it would be nice, having crashed and speed ran, to try and get a little bit further. We've not really done much further than the speed run. So it would be nice to maybe do a little bit further. But yeah, look after yourself, Art. And we'll catch you soon. What are we missing? What are we missing? What haven't I clicked on in here? Georg, tell me, what am I missing? I mean, aside from... So I'm taking a screwdriver to the desk, which is my solution to everything these days. Can I do something with a screwdriver? Or using the notebook to take a copy of that? No. I haven't got a spy camera to take a photograph of that weird design.
Fourth of March, I have heard that the...
Yeah, that's from the Ritters, so... Hum, hum, hum. What else is there to do? What am I supposed to do? And if all the guides that you're looking at just say click everything in the museum.
Grace Nakamura.
Didn't click on that in the museum. Exit down. Is the takes us back to here. Overpaid final list of prices. Oh, back to the facts. Statistics that we pay for between 3 and 5 marks. Scoop of ice cream with a mark, you reckon? Wow. Hey, Georg. Can you...
I don't have anything to ask it.
Yes, you're not helping, Orko. Or we go back to the car, which says that we still haven't done stuff there. Like, there's a whole room that we might have missed or something daft like that. What have we missed? What have we missed? This is so annoying. This is the worst chapter. Absolute worst. And I don't mean that as a sausage pun. Buster
Richard
Wagner.
Wagner. Richard
Buster Franz list.
Franz Liszt.
Honestly, Sadie, I always feel that we're playing the game together, but very occasionally, like as I get stuck, the Sierra helpline is often welcome. So like, you know, generally enough of a nudge to get me on my way. So by all means, if you know the game well, if you know what I'm missing here at this location,
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
Do I have a lily? I do not have a lily. I know where there are some lilies, maybe. Although we thought they were wolfsbane.
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
Don't be tempted by no lilies. Like, you know, we picked a rose and we used that and we won over Gerda. These aren't lilies, are they? I'm terrible at plants. We thought this was wolfsbane.
I wonder what kind of flowers these are.
What? What do you want, Orko? What? Do you want a drink? Hang on a sec. To hear it? Yeah, alright, you want a drink. Give me a second. No, that's fine, Sadie. That's cool. Hi, Tom. Orko wanted a drink. Yeah, so we know that there are things left to do here in Ittersburg. There are things left.
At least I have the car keys now.
Yes, we have the car keys. Fine. Yeah, we know there are things to do in Rittersburg. We know there are things to do in Seashaft, and there is something to do at the museum at Bayreuth. My suspicion is that we find the magical thing that we actually need to click on in the museum. That'll bring up questions that maybe I should ask the guy at Seashaft that we meet at Seashaft to do, and that'll probably trigger everything. That's my suspicion of where this is going. Because we've definitely clicked on everything at Herren Shemisi and Neuschwanstein. That was terrible pronunciation of Herren Shemisi. So it feels like the thing to do is here at Bayreuth. But I don't know what to do. We've clicked on everything. And I'm pretty certain that, like, Ray's been having a look at some guides for me, because Ray's a fucking legend. And all the guides were saying were, go to the museums and click on everything. And we had to talk to Georg, and we clicked on these things here. That leads out. Leads into the museum. We can't play chopsticks on the piano. Much as I would love to play chopsticks. Dun 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 dun. Why are you being a dick now? Jesus Christ, Orko. Have you come to help? Because you're not helping. You know, we clicked on this.
Wagner's piano.
So this is the Wagner Museum. It is Ray, yes. Hello. Little pest. Hi. Before you leave, talk to Georg at the front desk. I've definitely talked to Georg. There's nothing left to say.
I don't have anything to ask Georg about at the moment.
Is this chap 3? No, this is Orko again. He's a prick. Chapters. Chapter. I thought you meant chap as in this little chap. This little chap here. Yeah, no, this is chapter 4. Travel to the Wagner Museum, look at everything, talk to Georg, leave. Is there a breakdown of what everything is? Because that's it. This is going to be like the other museums where it's like, oh, here's some things we didn't click on, and we need to click on everything. Right, let's try and be vaguely systematic. This room has a down exit. It basically takes you to the front lobby. I do not have a lily in my inventory, Sadie, no. We do need to go back with something later. Okay. They weren't big on screenshots in the pre-56k V90 modem era, no. So maybe Sadie is right. Maybe we do need a lily in our inventory, but where do we get a lily from? Here? I don't think. He's such a prick. Have we spoken to Gerda recently? Relatively recently. Just double checking that, there's no lilies to be found here. Those aren't lilies, those are leaves. Leaves. And water.
I wonder what it felt like.
Relatively certain we don't have talking points with Gerda, but we shall go and check. What are you doing?
Hi, Gerda. I'm back.
Good.
I don't have anything to ask Gerda right now.
Nothing to talk to Gerda about right now. The only other place to get flowers, well, let's go to Narnia. Like, there's roses.
I'll leave the other roses on the bush.
There's roses.
An emergency exit. I guess that makes sense if you're fighting the legions of darkness.
Oh, sounds getting choppy. We've been playing for a couple of hours after all.
I think it'll be quicker to go back the way I came. The castle looks huge from here.
So there's no lilies there. Oh, I'm not going to Gerda's room again. She won't go into Gerda's room. We've got no outstanding conversations with Gerda.
I don't have anything to ask Gerda right now.
And I'm not sure where one... A sally port, an emergency exit with emergency is, I need to murder someone. We talked to Dalmy about all the things that were available to us at the time, yeah. Oh no, you know what? Let's wrap this one on the head for tonight. We will come back to do this tomorrow. What we just need is quite a nice sleep. Maybe Ray just becomes okay, in there, and we'll come back to this tomorrow because also DOSBox is starting to get a bit choppy, so it's starting to sound like shite. So let's just make sure we got a save in. I know I just did one, but I'm going to do another one anyway, and I'm going to hit the big quit button. Yeah, I'm sure we want to quit. and let's have a look and see who's about for a raid. But thank you so much for hanging out with us, folks, and yeah, thank you for all our new peeps. Sadie, thank you for coming in and sharing that emote on there. Who else was new? As I just scroll back through chat and see who else came in with some new virtuals. Amonier, welcome back. Thank you for coming back in. And Jargon Jab, yes, welcome coming in, our new friends. You leave her up front when you leave her in the bedroom. Yeah, fuck her. She'll be fine. She's got a coat on. Right, let's have a look and see who's about. Quite a few people about. Shall we see friend of the channel, Timbo the Wizard? Why not? That's right, Timbo the Wizard. It's always good times for Timbo. Yeah, so be back tomorrow for more Gabriel Knight at 7 p.m. But I think also tomorrow afternoon, do some randoms. I've got some randoms in the pile. Let's do some randoms. But in the meantime, we're going to go see Timbo the Wizard, who is a friend of the channel and is playing Inscription, that deck buildy escape room kind of game thing that everyone's been playing of late. So there are some raid messages. If you're a subscriber, you can use my big head. But Nightbot is not a subscriber, so does not get to use my big head. So that's what. But yeah, copy and paste some raid messages. Yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow. Like I say, tomorrow afternoon, maybe about 2 o'clock something. I've got to go down. No, I go down the tip on Sunday. Odd cards are Sundays this week. They do odd and even number plates on different days down at the tip. I'll go take stuff to the tip, but that'll be Sunday. So tomorrow afternoon, we'll play some random games. And then tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. GMT, for those who aren't in the UK. Yeah, we'll be back for more Gabriel Knight, and we'll try and work out what we're missing. Maybe see if we can find this mysterious lily that maybe we need. But in the meantime, we're going to go see Timbo. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. You lot are lovely. Let's say hello to Timbo. Bye.
DJ Nerd, welcome in, Nerd Herd. Beep.